Here's something that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about late-night TV's relationship with America's heartland. Jimmy Fallon just proved that sometimes the biggest entertainment moments happen far from the glitzy Hollywood studios. On Sunday evening, something unprecedented occurred at the Detroit Opera House. And it wasn't just another cultural event. For the very first time in the show's history, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon packed up its entire production and rolled into Motor City, creating what might be the most authentically Detroit television experience ever captured. "What up, doe?" Fallon bellowed to the packed house, immediately proving he'd done his homework on local slang. But here's where it gets interesting. This wasn't just some superficial celebrity drive-by visit. The entire 80-minute taping became a love letter to Detroit culture that felt genuinely earned rather than manufactured. The show transformed into a Detroit showcase that would make even the most cynical locals proud. Fallon didn't just mention the usual tourist attractions. He dove deep into the city's cultural DNA. References to Vernors ginger soda and authentic Coney dogs peppered his monologue, while the audience erupted in jaw-red goth chants that could probably be heard 3 blocks away. Even Eminem's Mom's Spaghetti restaurant got its moment in the spotlight, alongside heartfelt tributes to Motown's legendary legacy. But here's the part most people miss when celebrities visit cities. Fallon had actually been living like a local for days. He name-dropped She-Wolf, Buddy's Pizza, and Miller's Bar in Dearborn, places where he genuinely dined during his Detroit stay. This wasn't scripted tourism, it was authentic appreciation. And when he spotted Motown icon Martha Reeves watching from the mezzanine box seats among the 3,000 attendees, you could feel the genuine respect in his acknowledgement. The guest lineup read like a who's who of Detroit talent and connection. Detroit-born actor and comedian Keegan-Michael Key brought hometown energy that was impossible to fake. Point guard sensation Cade Cunningham represented the Pistons with pride, while rapper Common delivered something truly special. But we'll get to that controversy in a moment. Key's appearance created one of those magical television moments that scripted shows simply cannot manufacture. Having attended the Lions game earlier that day alongside Fallon, Key made an observation that sent the crowd wild. "You came to the game and the Lions scored immediately. You have to come back to Detroit every Sunday." Wearing a Barry Sanders jersey, a choice that speaks volumes about understanding Detroit football culture, Key then subjected Fallon to the ultimate Detroit pronunciation test. Watching Fallon attempt to pronounce Livernois, DeQuinder, and especially Gratiot, which he mangled as Gracio, provided comedy gold that no writer's room could have crafted. The audience's delighted reaction proved that sometimes the best entertainment comes from genuine cultural exchange, not polished performance. The culinary segment featuring Slow's BBQ, the Corktown barbecue institution celebrating 2 decades of business, elevated the show beyond typical celebrity endorsements. When establishments have survived and thrived for 20 years in Detroit's evolving landscape, their inclusion represents more than just good food. It's recognition of community pillars. Cade Cunningham's segment delivered both style and substance. Beyond discussing his experiences in Detroit, he gifted Fallon a pair of Cartier buffs, those iconic Detroit-associated eyewear pieces that carried deep cultural significance in the city. The sight of Fallon and Cunningham launching T-shirts into the crowd via cannon, surrounded by the Pistons dance squad and mascot Hooper, created pure entertainment that felt organically Detroit rather than generically promotional. And this is where things get controversial. Common's tribute to the late J Dilla might have been the evening's most powerful moment, but it also raises questions about how mainstream media handles hip-hop legacy. Joined by singer Bilal, Common performed The Light, a track from his 2000 album Like Water for Chocolate that was produced by the legendary Detroit beatmaker J Dilla. As an artist spray-painted Dilla's portrait during the performance, the segment became a living memorial. But here's what's worth debating. Does a nationally televised tribute like this truly honor an underground legend like Dilla? Or does it risk commercializing an artist who represented something more authentic and less mainstream? J Dilla's influence on hip-hop production is undeniable, but his aesthetic was often about staying true to underground principles. Some might argue that featuring his work on a major network show represents exactly the kind of mainstream co-optation that many underground artists resist. The evening's climax arrived when Detroit Lions superstar defensive end Aidan Hutchinson made an unscheduled appearance. Fresh from his team's dominant 52-21 victory, free tickets distributed through an online lottery system created lines that wrapped around the Opera House building on Sunday afternoon. This democratic approach to audience selection meant genuine Detroit residents, not just industry insiders or wealthy patrons, filled those 3,000 seats. The taping ran from approximately 5 p.m. to 6:20 p.m., with the episode scheduled to air Monday night at 11:30 p.m. on NBC and stream on Peacock starting Tuesday. Attendee reactions captured the evening's significance perfectly. Jamie Longenbarger, from Monroe, expressed what many felt. "I think it's amazing to have Jimmy come here to our city. Detroit is exciting as it is, and to have someone like Jimmy here makes it extra. It was so exciting, every part of it. It was great, great experience." Her companion Tracy Longenbarger added crucial context. "Coming out of that Lions game, I think Detroit was just super hyped today, and it was amazing, ... But here's the real question this event raises. In an era when most entertainment feels increasingly disconnected from authentic American experiences, does Fallon's Detroit special represent genuine cultural bridge building? Or is it just sophisticated marketing dressed up as appreciation? Some might argue that any major media attention benefits Detroit's ongoing renaissance and provides well-deserved national recognition for the city's cultural contributions. Others might contend that these celebrity visits, no matter how well-intentioned, can never truly capture the complexity and authenticity of local culture. They're performative rather than transformative. What do you think? Did Jimmy Fallon's Detroit takeover represent authentic cultural celebration? Or was it just another example of mainstream media appropriating local culture for entertainment value? And more provocatively, should underground legends like J Dilla be featured on mainstream platforms? Or does that compromise the very authenticity that made them special in the first place? The answers might reveal more about how we consume and value culture than we're comfortable admitting.